from kitchens and more. They can even help you design your next project. Visit vontobles.com for more information. Von Tobel, building better together.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, and YouTube, regionsports.com, and IHSAATV.com. We come to you tonight from the Inferno on the campus of Lowell High School as Von Tobel Building Supply presents the Crown Point Bulldogs taking on the Lowell Red Devils. I'm Matt Sossler. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game, and coming up right after these messages, I'll be joined by color analyst Doug Ashenbaugh. You are listening to the Region Sports Network and watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to the Lowell, Indiana. We're just about to get underway between the Lowell Red Devils and the Crown Point Bulldogs. And like I said prior to the break, I'm Matt Sossler, and I'm now joined by Doug Ashenbaugh. Good evening, Doug. It's week 1, Friday Night Lights in Northwest Indiana. Couldn't be more this.
No, absolutely. I mean, the whole Northwest Indiana region lives for Friday Night football out here. You know, Region Rats, they call them. It's really just a big community all about football. It's excited to be back. Excited to see week 1, and I'm excited for the season. Both
these teams made the sectional semis last year. You could say that both of them fell short of their ultimate goal going down to Indianapolis and Lucasville Stadium. What for starting with Crown Point?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is obviously the return of a lot of seniors coming back, juniors. A lot of people that played for them last year. Guaranteed off. Talking about that semi final in the section, that you know the big thing is for them on their mind. That's what the big thing is. But when you got the talent returning, you got a high power offense over there, defense together over there. That team's probably been talking about state ever since they lost their very first game for this season.
Crown Point fell in the 6A sectional semis to Lafayette Jefferson 38-28. Lafayette Jefferson moved on to the regional championship game before their season came to a close. And let's shift our gears to the home team. Lowell on a Friday night. Both stands are packed. Lowell on the near side, and then you got Crown Point on the far side. Story, I could say, Lowell would be Noah Ehrlich, the transfer from Hobart.
Yeah, I mean, I think talk, obviously, right? And what he's going to, try to do in this offense for the Crown Point Bulldogs. But talking about the Lowell Red Devils, I can tell you one thing: this town shut down. It's Friday. The community gets behind them. They are excited. When you talk about Lowell, they kind of get a little off to slow starts normally. Everything that they've been doing for the past 2 years, it takes some time for them to get really into rhythm. We got a new starter at running back, obviously, that we see. Colt Scott's going to be there. We got some freshmen that are starting on the defensive side of the ball. So I can guarantee you they're amped up for this game. You may see some mistakes maybe early on, but they're going to start losing those hitters right off the bat, just like Lowell football. It's really in your face. We're going to hit you hard, and we're never going away.
We'll have names and numbers on the other side. You are watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back as Von Tobel Building Supply presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network here in Lowell, Indiana. Just about to get underway, about 13 minutes from kickoff between Crown Point and Lowell. Matt Sosler alongside Doug Ashenbaugh. And Doug, you were diving in to this Lowell unit that has a lot of young guns on their side.
Dude, there's a lot of young kids, but again, when I talk about the small football town, these kids have been waiting for their opportunity, whether they're freshmen, sophomore to seniors, whatever the case may be. I can tell you for this moment, since they've been out in Pop Warner days, they're going to be excited. They're going to see, going to see a little nervousness. You may see some mistakes out there, but I can guarantee you they'll be flying across, trying to make a tackle, trying to run the ball hard, whatever the case, and their job is tonight. But you're going to see that from them.
And look about the running back / middle linebacker. We really don't know what side of the ball he's going to be more dominant on, and that's Owen Thiel.
Yeah, Owen Thiel, exactly. That's where we're looking at the depth chart over here, and you see Colton Scott kind of his name off a little bit, but nonetheless, I tell you, Thiel is one of those kids that you put him on either side of the ball, he's going to show up and he's going to show out.
Thiel, talk about the new guys that are joining this team, specifically Max Arnotto. He didn't start last year, but he had a good camp, and they had guys last year, according to Thiel, who weren't necessarily bought in, but he said now are investing in this program after what happened last year.
And that's what I've been talking about truly is the young guys, those next man up that they've been preparing for this. When you got a good group of juniors and seniors and the upperclassmen that have been playing and they surround, they bring them up, right? They're in camps with them. They're in, day camps. I can tell you that. Those are tough. Day camps are tough. But when you have them upperclassmen that are putting them around their shoulders or around their arms, bringing them up and encouraging, and now you got two young cats right there. You got Zach Shark and Max Arredondo right here that are now in the starting lineup. That speaks to the upperclassmen as well as their performance in camp.
And let's get to the narrative. We're going to talk about it, but the big guys, Crown Point, Class 6A against small-town Lowell 4A. How do you see that difference playing an impact in this game? Because Lowell has this game circled on their calendar.
Yeah, absolutely they do. I mean, you got the 6A, right? You got a lot of offer over there, right? You got some transfers that have came in. But I can tell you again, when you speak to it's 11 versus 11, those classes kind of go away. I don't think Lowell football's ever really focused on the guys they're playing. It's who's in. We're going to get after them regardless of how big, how small they may be. Games every single time like that. So I think Lowell is going to respond well, rather than the 6A team that they're about to go hype behind them.
Let's get some names and numbers for you. Cam Crago is slated to start under center for Lowell. What do we know about him? He doesn't have any varsity passing attempts. He had minus 12 rushing yards. He's going to go. What do you like for him?
Yeah, right. It's his very first game starting. He's under center here. But again, when you got a coaching staff like you do at Lowell, you got Keith Kilmer obviously running the helms that's been here for so many years. He's kind of worked his way up. They have got that kid prepared. I know he's got some really good feet that he can be able to scramble, get away from some pressure, roll out. He's got a good arm on him. As much as we don't see Lowell pass the ball much, it's more of that QB rushing, first and foremost, and he's got feet on him. And I think that's what he is. He's going to run, get a couple pops, get hit a couple times, get those jitters out for your first start, and I think he'll settle in and be just fine.
And Craig will be nice and safe behind left tackle Seth.
Yeah, Seth Rifus, obviously a real big boy and experienced too as well, right? He's been playing offensive line for a couple years now, and offensive line is probably one of my favorite positions, all right? And when you go beyond that and you go to, offensive tackle, those are those guys that are extremely big, but they're very athletic. They can move their feet. They can get out to linebackers. They can down block on D tackles. When you got a kid that's in front of you like that, you've been practicing camp taking first-team reps. He's got to feel pretty confident being behind him.
By Carter Patterson at left guard. Patterson was another guy that spoke earlier, and one guy that he said could make a difference is the backup center, Dylan Cindy.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're only as good as your backups, too. That is what's key. You know, next man up, I said it earlier, you never know what's going to happen. Somebody that can fill in just as what the starter may be, right, on the depth chart, so to speak. If you don't have a step up, then you lose that link in your chain. So when you got younger kids that are backups are ready to go and their numbers called, and they fill in just like a starter, your offense is still rolling. You have no hiccups. Again, so the very deep depth chart that they do have, especially at offensive line. I think Lowell, again, mistakes maybe up front, rolling in, you start seeing them roll.
Flipping sides to Crown Point. Noah Ehrlich, the transfer from Hobart, he had plenty. Landon Ding, one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he does. And, you know, Noah Ehrlich, you can't speak highly enough about that kid and his arm and his vision and the things he's done so far in his career. Now you start putting even more targets around him. Speed, you got some height, you got some experience around that. Ooh, I can't see them not coming out firing, not just playing some pitch and catch. Lowell and their defensive backs, you know, that's always been kind of that Achilles heel for Lowell there. So, plan probably trying to come in and say, let's quit. Maybe some quick slants, some quick outs, then bust it up over the top. But you got Noah Ehrlich, obviously, right there in the realms. A good arm, good vision.
And before we take our final break of the pregame, your keys.
I think the biggest keys here, if we talk about Lowell here, is control the line of scrimmage offensive side, right? You can't get these 3 and outs and put together multiple drives where you're 3 and out. I think you got to control the line of scrimmage, control the clock, which they love to do. And the next one is the young cats settle in early. Get settled in early, right? Make your mistakes early, but get in. Remember what you're there to do. Now, if you talk about Crown Point, flip it over to the Crown Point side. Obviously, the one big thing is going to be your passing attack. Can you hit those quick slants? Can you get back behind the linebackers? Can you bust it over the top, over this, right? Start slow, and then you can work up your way to those big, off the bat. And lastly, obviously, you switch it over to their defensive line. Right, we got some experience for Lowell on the offensive side, offensive line side. Can you do some shifts? Can you do some stunts on them? Get them confused off the bat up front and get that offense off the field quick.
A key is in the trenches for the Lowell Red Devils. We'll step aside, and then we will have kickoff here on the Region Sports Network. Game night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Welcome as Building Supply presents Game Night on the Region Sports Network. You are watching the only game in town, Von Tobel Building Better Together. Matt Soss alongside Doug Ashenbaugh, and there's a guy that I want to talk to you about on Lowell. It's their cornerback, Nate Viaclia.
Yeah.
What can he bring to the
again, it's the DBs, we've had in defensive backs, they've struggled in the past. But again, you talk about some of the younger guys that you have here. You got Arredondo, obviously, and then you got Viaclia too as well. And you shut down this passing attack. You're going to have to jam them, right? Don't let them get behind you. Play that kind of outside hip and flow them in. But it's that lockdown D of what they're going to need to slow down this passing attack.
The Red Devils are currently taking the just to our left. And this has got to be hype. It's Friday night, August 18th. The road in Indianapolis here.
It does. And I can tell you one thing here with Lowell, nothing against Crown Point 2, but Lowell is probably one of the biggest football towns that you have in Northwest Indiana. And again, you see it being packed. There's people still trying to park that can't even not right now. With the help of Crown Point, obviously, they bring a lot of their fans. They travel extremely well as they're packed over there too. But I know those jitters are just ready to get out there and get that first hit.
And Bulldogs winning the Red Devils in the left side end zone. As we see the teams gather, take this moment to talk about a couple guys who will not be joining their teams on the field tonight. One of them is safety Isaiah Sanchez for Lowell. He is out with a leg injury. What will this loss mean for Lowell?
Yeah, currently, we keep kind of going back to the defensive back, especially when you have a high-power offense over there with the passing attack coming. I mean, that's key, right? You got your safety out. He's out there, but I can tell you one thing. He's probably going to be the biggest cheerleader for that guy that's stepping in tonight, coaching him up, looking at those things, and helping him out when he comes on the sideline.
We expect Brody Kalwinski to take his place at the safety position. Kalwinski in 2002, 20 tackles for Lowell. And now we step aside for the playing of the national anthem.
Since opening their doors in 1905, Von Tobel Lumber and Supply has worked with Indiana homeowners and contractors to provide quality building materials. Today, Von Tobel Lumber and Supply proudly serves Indiana from their locations in Cherville, Valparaiso, Michigan City, and Lafayette. A department for every room in your home, from building support to bathroom kitchens and more. They can even help you design your next project. Visit VonTobels.com for more information. Von Tobel, building better together.
Welcome back as Von Tobel Building Supply presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network. Von Tobel, your local building material supplier and design center. Visit VonTobel.com to find out more. The Red Devils have taken the field. I'm Matt Osler alongside Lowell native Doug. And Doug, we're almost there.
We're almost there. This is exciting. I know how I feel. Get excited for football here. I can only imagine with these kids right now. Very first game of the season. I know you had a scrimmage last week, but the scrimmage doesn't compare to a Friday Night Light season, season game.
And these two teams opened last year up north in Crown Point.
Yep.
This year it's at Lowell. What does it mean to open your season at home in front of your fans?
Nothing like it, especially when if you can sneak a win out week 1, 2 as well. Obviously, that's very, very big. It comes down to the rest of your season and how well you play. But when you can open up in front of your fans, you heard the crowd go absolutely nuts when they took the field. That's going to lift them up and continue to keep lifting them up through this game.
Crown Point gets into their final huddle. Lowell goes over some adjustments. With that, let's bring to you the starters, starting with the Lowell offense. Like we said, Cam Crago is expected to start under center. He'll be helped out on the offensive line by Seth Rinfuss, Carter Patterson, Daniel Kraft, Ben Ruda, and Brock Allen, a unit that's going to have to protect a run-heavy quarterback. At receiver, Kendall Powers, and then opposite him is going to be Nate Viaclia. Viaclia, his first varsity start for Lowell. And in the back, Bolton, who's first on the depth chart, but like we alluded to earlier, Owen Thiel, who had 174 rushing attempts for 748 yards last year, will be the bell cow for the Red Devil.
Yeah, I agree. I think, that's the biggest thing of what you see is even if someone is not, and he doesn't start in the backfield, 1-2 punch between both of those kids, that's going to be tough for the Crown Point defense.
Send it down to the field for the coin toss.
44, Lowell, and 63, Machete. And the Red Devils. 13 is Aleka. 54, Patterson, and Luna.
Before the official toss of the coin in the air, Doug, has there been a trend that Lowell has gone on a coin toss in years past?
No, not at all. Honestly, it's definitely a coin toss, no pun intended, by any means. But me personally, I would always like to take defense, and I know Lowell's very hard hitting, loves to get in your face, and be surprised if it went the way. But defense would be my choice if I would say.
The coin toss is complete. Looks like Lowell will start with the football based on the referee's indication. And before we get the ball, last second thoughts before we start off 2020.
I think the key thing is, like I said, we're going to see Lowell maybe struggle off in the early, making some mistakes, some younger guys that are out there, but they're going to fill in. You may see a big play here from Crown Point off early, but again, Lowell makes it a tight game down the run. Who comes out? I guess is whoever wants to hit, whoever wants to do their job. Can the young cats show up?
Crown Point undefeated in the regular season last year. They look to start off the same way they started off last year with a victory against Lowell. As the Red Devils, they look to flip the script against the rivals from the north. Like I said, Lowell will receive. Back for going to be via Clea. Malik, they are, like I said earlier, with Isaiah Sanchez. Last year, he had 15 return attempts, average over yards per return. So we'll change things up here for the first kickoff return of 23.
And when you talk about high school football, I mean, these kickoff returns are crucial, right? It's either you get stuffed and then you got to go 90 yards. If you can get an extra 20 yards out of that, I mean, that is crucial for your offense when hitting the field.
Viaclea is back, like I said. And he is joined by Colton Scott. Oliver Brewer is set to boot it away. And we are underway in Lowell. Viaclea on return. Gets a couple blocks, gets bounced free. A quiet, like you said, more than 10 Viaclea, and Lowell's offense will set up at the 30. A
very good field position there. I mean, what I love to see right there, though, is I think he was hit at about the 22-yard line. Man, he kept his feet moving. His team came around him and got him that extra push for about 8 yards.
Cameron Crago gets his first of the season. Lowell is a very run-heavy offense. And let's see what they do here.
Colton Scott in the backfield starting off.
First down and 10 for the Red Devils. Motion, Crago. Screen pass to Scott. Scott's able to shake a couple, but gets where it's behind the line of scrimmage by a host of Bulldogs. It brings up second down and long.
Running a double set there, obviously 2 doubles, and you send them in motion. And to be honest, I was kind of shocked that run play here, and they threw it behind the line of scrimmage there. Very tough place to start out. I mean, great job by Scott getting back in the scrimmage there, clawing for to get back. But I would suspect that we're probably going to see a run here and try to get some positive yards.
Second down and 10 for the Red Devils, 12 to snap. Crago has some trouble with the snap, and he is set. not what you want to see from the Red Devils on their first series.
Not at all. That's where I was talking about pregame here, those jitters. We're seeing that, right? First time starting, snap kind of going off the fingertips, hit your hands, got to catch it. Those are just those jitters that you're probably going to see here in the very beginning from that. Now, they had that double set again, which almost looked like they're trying to spread out the Crown Point Bulldogs there, maybe open up their middle runs that they love to do.
Cole Emanuelson and Nate Kalk combined on that effort. Third down for the Red Devils. Three seconds on the play clock. Another screen. This time it's to Powers, and Powers gets up. He's going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, quick receiver, little screen there, right? Coming right back at you. What I think, though, Coach Keeman was really trying to do is get Craig to settle down. Just make some very easy throws first and foremost, right? Get his first varsity hits here, starting behind there, and let him settle into get some confidence. Short, tiny little throws like can build the confidence to where you can then go for the deeper passes or home run balls. Shot to see, though, that Lowell did not run the ball once on that drive.
Two screen passes, and then a box snapped timeout from the Red Devils on fourth down. A bit unconventional to see the timeout burnt that soon.
Very quick burn. He sits there, and maybe, hey, again, you're going against big dogs, right? You're the underdog here. Everyone's been kind of counting you out. Maybe he saw something and putting somebody in to say, hey, fake punt. Never know. He's going to burn timeout that quick. Maybe he did see something.
Seth Fedler was back booted away for the Red Devils.
Yeah, because I also noticed, too, as well, he put in Malachi James over there from the sideline. Maybe someone was in a position that should have been on the field. That could be the case with the burnt timeout.
When it's week one, you're usually expected to see things cleaned up considering you're coming right out of camp. But at the same time, there's nothing like an in-game situation.
Not at all. Not at all. Those jitters are real. They hit you pretty quick.
Replaying fourth down for Lowell. Jacob Jones is back for Crown Point, and he is joined by Landon Delic. And the punt, a wobbler. Delich fields at the 45, and that's where Crown Point will take over.
Now we're going to see this exciting offense here. Their defense just showed up. They got a 3-and-out quick with negative yardage on the drive. This offense, if they can turn it around and get those quick passes, let Noah Ehrlich kind of do his thing and sling the ball around, and they can take a very, very early on the Lowell Red Devils and keep that momentum down on that.
Noah Ehrlich takes the field for the first time in Bulldog Red. He spent last year at Hobart through over 1,000 yards.
Got an arm. He's very good vision, too, as well. He's got feet. He can get out of pressure.
Larry Ellison's field. Play action. A deep ball that is complete down the far sideline. Pitch and catch right off the bat for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he just kind of stepped out. So you had your double set. So basically what you had is you had your tight end go straight down the field that made that safety bite up. And then you had Nicholas Soley there that kind of did a bow route streak down the sideline, and that safety was very, very, very stuck in the mud when that ball came right in the air, and that's the reason why you just saw a 40-yard toss.
First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ugly snap. Ehrlich gets a handoff to Ellison, cuts back, has some read as green grass. Crown Point strikes.
Simple power play there is all that you had right there. They basically ran that off tackle power and a couple missed tackles. Talk about a lot of young guys on that little defense right now. The jitters got to go away quick, and I can tell you one thing, that's the play they're going to, but what a powerful run. It was 2 broken tackles in that, the left power gap, and he cut across the grain in front of 2 linebackers, took it opposite field.
Allison didn't have any rushing attempts last year, was primarily used on defense, but makes an immediate impact for the Bulldogs offense to start off the 2023 campaign. Oliver Brewer's on for the PAT. He's a first year. And he starts off his high school campaign with a make.
1-1.
Crown Point leads at 7-0. We'll step aside. You are watching RSN Game Night here on the Region Network.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to the Inferno in Lowell, Indiana. Crown Point leads 7-0, and Brewer boots it away. Yeah, a solid return his first time around, and he'll double that with his second. And it looks like the ball popped out. Loose. Crown Point thinks they have it, waiting on the official signal.
Looks like they're saying he was down and popped out afterward.
Yes, indeed. So Lowell will hang on to the ball. And now this offense that went 3 negative yards on their first drive gets a second crack.
Key right here is you got to get back to your run game. Let's get rid of those short throws there. Let's gain some positive yards, get our to carry. Right. Start that running game and get that train rolling, because when Lowell does a really good job at it, it's hard to stop.
Colton Stott is still in the backfield for the Red Devils. Man in motion, Crago. An option that had some miscommunication, and Scott gets buried just behind the line of hit by a host of Bulldogs leading the effort.
They had the right thing there, right? Wanted to get back to that power kind of offense and run. Unfortunately, right now we're seeing a lot of mistakes in this offense right now for the Lowell Red Devils. They've got to shake that off and start building some confidence and momentum. You can't have another 3 and out here or negative yards. Got to get some positive yards on this play.
Clark led that effort from the inside linebacker. We'll give him a yard. It'll be second down and 9. 3 to snap, 2-1, no timeout called. And the flag will fly. That's our first infraction of the season.
Again, we're talking about these mistakes. Lowell's offense right now is definitely struggling, making a lot of mistakes. We're getting the play call in quick, and then realizing, hey, I got to look at this clock here, and no, I got to get this snap off.
That'll back up the Red Devils 5. And it's typical to see in week 1, you might see some more procedural errors than you'd expect.
Of course, yeah. And that this is when we talked about them younger guys that were stepping up right now. They can get these first hitters out the way and get some momentum going.
Second down and 14 for Lowell. Crago takes it himself this time and has some space before he's ankle tackled.
That's exactly what we got there, is that the QB power. We saw it all last year. Banks and the success they had with him rushing. That is Lowell football. They love that play. And you see right there, they're comfortable with it. They know how to run it. They have confidence with it. I would continue to keep running that play until Crown Point can stop it and continue to get some positive movement.
5 here, like.
I would go back to the same exact play. Right? They're maybe thinking, hey, they're not going to, right? We just yards, we're going to play against that, but no, this is Lowell football. We're going to keep running it down your throats until you can stop it. I would like to call on that same play.
Second, third down attempt for the Devils. Same play, opposite way, and this time it fails. Blowing action for Crown.
Yeah, Griffin Van Tilk right there on a great play. And I can tell you the lead tailback there completely ran by him as a missed block, but they called it. They knew they can get some yardage on it. It was one missed block away where that inside linebacker unfortunately came up and filled his gap very, very well, reading those guards and tackles, splitting that hole open. But nonetheless, I knew the play was coming again. That's a success play. Build that around that play and expand your offense with it.
Second punt attempt, low snap. Solid punt. And Crown start north of their own 40 for the second straight drive.
Yeah, fair catch by Landon Delich there, and we're about in the same spot where Crown Point started last time. I can guarantee you they come out here and try to blow it up over the top and try to score one play here. If you see that, maybe in a 5-7, you got a motion coming out of your running back spot. Either way, I think they're going to go over the top play here and try to bust it open, 2-score lead.
Crown Point seeks to double their scored on their first drive only their second play from scrimmage. A fast-paced offense for the Bulldogs. Man in motion. Ehrlich, play action. Fires off on the crosser. A little bit of dancing. Too much in. And a solid gain for the Bulldogs.
Great play right there by Max Aradano across from that safety. What you saw was the tight end and both slot receivers take off and did streak routes, and you had running back come slipping out. That's a very hard play to come from safety up the field to make tackle. Play right there by Max Aradano.
With a heavier set. Jumbo Ehrlich fakes the pitch, goes deep down the middle, just misses solely on the crosser, and it brings up third down.
Nice play action set up there too. All right, you had a big pass on your touchdown play. You had a nice little dump. Let's say thinking we're going to run. We're 4 yards away, 3 yards away. We're going to run. Nice little play action pass. Unfortunately, he just missed him by the linebacker that was still in his face. That's a tough throw for a quarterback to be able to throw over a linebacker, let alone when he's in your receiver face.
Trevor Gibbs remains in the game. He's number 39. And right down Broadway, jumps barely clipped on the shoelace. A touchdown saving tackle right there.
Larry Ellison, he's got some very quick feet. He's got some great vision with the holds. A simple dive play up there was a trade formation. Receivers in your tight end, and they cleared that way out, spreading out that little defense, opening up that middle. And Larry Ellison, I mean, he did a great job hitting the hole very quick for that first down.
Aiden Wolgamuth with that shoelace tackle. First down and 10 for Crown. Ehrlich keeps it this time around. On the fade, it is complete.
Get there. When you have a running back like Larry Ellison right now, I know he's new, but the way he's running that power, that play action pass to your tight end is very tough. You got your safeties and your linebackers biting up. But again, Max Aradano flying from that safety, saving that a touchdown play right there.
Seamus Mulaski on the reception, and Crown Point goes to the hurry up. Ehrlich, another handoff to Ellison, but this time Lowell has a solution.
Yeah, big stuff right there. See the linebacker play, reading those offensive linemen, your tackles, and your guards to see what's coming. But the Crown Point's not shying away from power football either. A lot of play action. You have to run a power too as well. Play action. And when you got Larry Ellison running like that right now, 5 yards still a carry. I wouldn't mind giving him the ball again.
Second down and 5 for the Bulldogs. Ehrlich, a keeper in pursuit, shakes and keeps on rolling. Under some trouble, takes it himself, and is able to make it at least a manageable loss. He was under extreme stress in the backfield and was able to get out of it.
Wolgamuth had the end's position right there. I mean, he absolutely blasted off. But when I talked about in the pregame, I said one good thing to her is he can get out of pressure. He has some very quick feet. That was coming from the backside, obviously, rolling out to his left a little bit. He was able to cut, change directions, get on the other side of the field out of that pressure. Again, not taking a sack, getting some positive yards at least.
They'll mark it no gains. It'll be third down and 5. Ehrlich goes to Ellis, right down Main Street. We'll see what they give him.
Close.
We're waiting on the official measurement and the signal.
For a down power play, I would, if I was Crown Point, right, I'm going to turn around and hand the ball right again.
And less than a yard, they go right back to Ellison. And Ellison sneaks right in for his second touchdown of the day.
It looked like somebody moved on the left side of the offensive line. It's possible we got a false start coming.
The flag was thrown from the near side judge.
And that's hard for offensive line. When you got that fast pace, you're trying to hurry up. Sometimes they just don't get set in enough time before that ball snapped.
Now the umpire is going to conference with the referee.
On the opposite.
Interesting to see. There was only one flag thrown. No indication just yet. Crown Point is keeping their offense on the field. It'll be 12 men against Lowell. Penalty will be declined. Touchdown will stand, and Brewer comes out for his second PAT attempt.
Hey, great job by Crown Point with that hurry up. It was fourth, and you got confidence in your offense right now. Been driving down. Hand it over to Larry Ellison. He's been running power all day. Simple power play, got in the end zone.
A botch snap, but Brewer is able to put it through. Crown Point leads 14-0 here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers, Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
It's game night in the region right here on the Region Sports Network. Point leads Lowell 14-0. They're about to boot it away. It'll be Lowell's third possession of the game. The first time they went 3 and out for negative yards. The second time they were able to gain some traction. Matt Sosler alongside Doug Aschenbaugh. And Doug, is the third time the charm for Lowell?
I'm hoping that at least it's a third time's the charm for them to go momentum, use some clock here. I mean, you're down 2 scores. Minutes left still in the first quarter. I think third time's a charge for them to kind of settle in, get back to that QB run where you got multiple lead blockers and gain some positive yards, get a couple first downs, get that underneath right. Get
over at the 20.
And touchbacks are huge. Again, I talked about the returns and starting field possession. You get that thing back in the end zone, they got to go 80 yards every single drive. That's very tough for a high school football offense.
And especially looking at Oliver Brewer playing in his first high school game. Kickers are a little bit different. You can tell that they're going to be good coming out of middle school. But still very impressive to get a touchback in your first game.
Absolutely. 100% it is. I mean, getting a touchback in high school is very still. There's not many kickers, shockingly, that can do that pretty consistent.
There you go. Off this time, it's Thiel. He's able to get right back to the line of scrimmage before by Gonzalez brings up 2nd and 10.
No, I think you're going to see Lowell here slow it down a little bit, use some clock, huddle up, right? Be mindful of the play clock. So we don't want another delay game there. I think you're going to slow it down a little bit, use this run game, maybe throw a pass here in the play action to try to bust something over the top. But Lowell football is run, power football.
2nd and 8 for the Red Devils. Crown Point pinches. Field takes it, but cannot shoot the hole. Clark strikes again, and it brings up 3rd down and long.
Clark is extremely good at middle linebacker. I mean, he's big, he's fast, he can read very well, and he closes very quickly. We just saw that. You saw the guard and tackle split. And Will Clark instant stopping just that simple power play.
3rd down and 7 for Lowell. A near side heavy formation. Brings up 4th down.
Nate Clark just coming off that edge there, and he got his arm out. Sometimes he makes, but again, that pressure, making him scramble and make decisions is very tough in the very first game of the year. First ever time starting for center.
Alk had 1 sack last year, so he matches his season high from a year ago in the opening quarter of play. Punt on the day for Lowell. Fettler.
Oh, block there.
Crown Point calls poison. Lowell trying to hand fan it, but Crown Point this time around will stay in territory.
Lowell defense got to figure something out here, whether if it's coming up on the run and trying to stuff the middle, or having to get your defense. covering the long downfield, busting over the top of the safeties here. But you need to get some confidence. You be able to stop them on this drive and get your defense back off the field with no score.
Crown Point seeks to make it a 3-score game. The touchdowns have come from their tailback, Larry.
Larry Ellison's been having one heck of a game here so far, and he's the first time starting. I think his jitters are gone.
I think his jitters when he hit the hole on that first drive. Ehrlich keeps it this time around under some trouble and goes.
Yeah, Malachi James there. I mean, he exploded off the end, and that's backside for Noah Ehrlich, who's what's very hard to see. So if you can be a DN and get that jump on the edge, and you beat that offensive tackle or tight end, you have a very good shot, and he finished the play. It was a great play, Malachi James.
As the game has gone on, Lowell's defensive gotten.
The defense may start coming alive here.
2nd down and 17 for Crown Point. Ehrlich, under some more pressure, dumps it off, and it's complete. A solid gain, now even more, and green grass flag on the play. This one might be coming back, but as of this point in time, it is a touchdown for Larry Ellison. His 3rd on the day, his first receiving, but let's see what the flag will stand for.
Possible block in the back we're going to see, but that was a great call. A screen right over the top of them, and then let your athletes run in open field. That was a great call there. Unfortunately, had a penalty here. Looks like a block in the back, but regardless, such a great call. That's that awareness, that's experience from us too as well, knowing what's about to come.
Right, you are, dog. A block in the back, so they'll replay 2nd down and march back. See if the Lowell defense can do it again. Still prime Ellison territory, but this time Ehrlich keeps it himself. And that pass is broken up. A great play by Schneider.
Play action there. Obviously, everybody probably thought again. Ellison, he's gonna power down the red zone there, but it's a great play. I think he just missed. That tight end was open just slightly sooner, but unfortunately, again, that D line from Lowell is getting some pressure and making him having to roll out. That's the reason why he was a little bit late on that throw, and that linebacker was able to sneak there.
3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line. And Doug, they fail to convert here. Do you think this is 4-down territory for Crown Point?
For Crown Point, I think so. I think we're up 2 scores, right? If you don't get it on here and you go down, I think you need to put yourself in those positions while you have that chance being up 2 scores and see how your team can react and respond. I think if Crown Point does come up short and win that play.
They did it once before and it worked.
Yes.
There was a flag on that, too many men on the field, but it did not matter as Ellison crossed the goal line.
Absolutely. And when you're up 2 scores in the first, you can take those risks early on like that.
Just under a minute left to go here in the opening quarter. Crown Point looks to make it a 3-score. And while we have a moment, Mayor Pete Land and Crown History celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, encouraging smart growth. Mayor Land and the Pace team invite everyone to Bulldog Park for a variety of concerts, including Lone Star with special guest Jameis Onset. For more information, contact the Pace Department at 219-661-2271. 3rd down for the Bulldogs. Ehrlich, actually himself, everybody in the stadium keeps it himself for the score.
Nice little read option is what they had there. They knew the DNs had been giving them pressure. What's better than that is to read that DN and have him choose, and you choose the opposite there. It's a nice little read option, backside power. If not, yank it and keep it around. I mean, it was great. That DN bit hard for Lowell. Easy follow-up there for Noah Ehrlich to come on the opposite side. Great read option call. Again, Buzz in that time was probably calling that. Hey, the DNs are hurting us right now. They're bringing pressure. Leave one of them.
The PAT from Brewer splits the uprights. Crown Point takes a commanding 21-0 lead in the late stages of the opening quarter. We are going to step aside. You are watching RSN Game Night presented by Von Tobel Building Supply, the only game in town.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117. Welcome to Public Bar and Rec, located in downtown Crown Point, a place for good games, good drinks, and good food. So come in and make it public. Try to survive zombie dodgeball, score a hole-in-one playing golf, or choose from over 13 multi-sport simulator games while fueling your competition with a variety of appetizers, entrees, and beverages. We have games for all ages with our family-friendly hours till 9 p.m. Reserve your simulator at publicbarandrec.com and let the fun begin.
Less than a minute left in the first quarter here in Lowell, Indiana. Crown Point leads 20-0. They're about to kick off for the fourth time.
Short kick.
A short kick following the touchback the last time around. Scott has some space up the middle, everybody, and what start to the fourth drive for Lowell.
Great return there. That's what. Now you got to maximize on this. This is the best field position you had all day. Okay, you don't need the touchdown in one play. Get back to some Lowell power running and make it there. That's what they want to do right now. They want to make that. They want to, their identity is run. Start running. Get some positive yards, build the confidence up in your offensive line. That's when you can start controlling the line of scrimmage.
39 seconds left to go in the opening quarter.
Big play like that.
Craigo fakes and keep. He's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Great play there by Drew. Simple, just kind of fake read option, reading that big DN. But a linebacker that has stayed home. He's true. He's watching his reads. That's tough to beat on that unless you can stretch it out. And Craigo did try to stretch it out there, but when you got speed like he does on the edge, it's tough to beat. I think Lowell needs to start going back inside is when you can get those quick, positive yards.
2 seconds left on the game clock, 6 on the play clock. And they'll let the whistle blow. End of quarter number 1. Crown Point with an early start. They lead 21-0 over Lowell here at the Inferno. You are watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network. The game in town, quarter number 2, up next.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer on 1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back to the Inferno in Lowell, Indiana. Start of quarter number 2. Matt Sosler alongside Doug Ash. Crowns 21. Lowell has the football, second down and 15. It's outside to Scott, but he gets bit by the grass monster. Brings up third down.
Okay, quick. He's trying to get to the outside here. I'm not too sure about the call there. As the speed of the linebacking crew for Crown Point Bulldogs and continue to try to stretch the field. I think they got to get back to that inside power play, though, to that linebacking crew of the Crown Point Bulldogs. Will Clark leading the way.
Third down and 15 for Lowell. Kendall Powers lines up in the slot. Some movement on the line. Lowell's going to move back.
Talk about Will Clark here. I mean, 6'4", 240 pounds in the middle linebacker. That's very intimidating. Maybe that's what they're saying tonight.
Lowell backs up 5, 3rd down and for the Red Devils. Crago fires and in and out of the hands of Kendall Powers. Brings up 4th down.
Roll play, let him move that pocket. Had his guy, unfortunately, that little slip pass there, even if caught, would have been a little short, but through the hands of Powers.
Seth Federer comes out to punt yet again. This will be his 4th punt attempt. His last one almost got blocked. He barely got it off.
He needs a good punt here. Kind of try to pin back Crown Point over by the 30-yard line where they're standing right now. They've been fair catching all night. Get the coverage down. Got to get a good punt off here.
Delich Jones are back for the Bulldogs. And this time it's Jones that sticks his hand up. Fair catch.
Shocking to say, this is the worst field position Crown Point has started all day, and they're at the 38-yard line tonight. When you're working with some short field, man, you could take those 40-yard streak plays. You can run your crosses. You can do so much when you're starting at a 38 versus Lowell has been starting back by their 20, 25. Other than that one good run.
The first 2 drives for Crown punt that was almost blocked. Larry Ellison has the first 2 scores for Crown. Noah Ehrlich has the 3rd, all on the ground.
Tight formation, first time he's Crown Point.
Ellison bounces off. It is brought down, but a solid 1st down gain for Ellison. Brings up 2nd and short.
Simple off tackle there, like I was talking about. It's the first time I think we saw 2 double ends, tight formation from Crown Point. Maybe with that 21-0 lead, they're going to try to work on the run game a little bit, knowing passing game has been working well, putting them in scoring position. Run game's been finishing it off. But maybe they want to work on a couple things here with them, see how explosive they can be there as well.
It is week 1, so you're going to see some fumbling with the playbook, flipping some pages, trying to get some things to work before you get Ehrlich on the run action. Under some trouble, and he is taken down
by Benjamin Ruda there. And that was just a deep tackle, not stopping. He continued his play. Yeah, he got behind him, no away from him. But when you got a big guy like that, a defensive tackle that keeps his feet moving, those are the kind of plays that you see sack in the backfield. Might be one of the first negative yards play other than the other sack that we've seen from Crown Point. So, again, another spark on defense. Seeing the D-line having some very positive moments. We need to build off that now.
First sack was on a botched snap. Came on the first drive of the game. All right. Stoops hit the pass is just ahead, bobbled and caught. A great job staying with the football.
Yeah, Jacob Soley, we've been saying his name obviously a lot tonight too as well. Nice. I mean, bobbled, was thrown just slightly behind him, but he was still able to bring it in. Put yourself in 4th and short position here midfield, and I don't see the punt team coming on for the Bulldogs right now. They got confidence in their offense right now to say, hey, we can get 3 more yards. And now I'm seeing Will Clark coming in. Could be a little smash mouth power run football here, saying, hey, lead the way for us, big guy.
And now we got a whistle timeout for Bulldogs. Stop here. It's the first time that they'll start in plus territory, and I know Crown Point's offense has been firing on all cylinders, but if you're able to force one mistake, it's a 2-score game.
Of course, and that's a big thing too as well. It's not about the overall win right now for the Little Red Devils, those small wins, and if you can get them off the field, that's a very, very big thing here to get your offense in your own territory. Maybe open up the playbook a little bit more with the run game versus, just the simple read dives we watch or option reads. Maybe they can open up a little bit more, feel a little bit more comfortable on their territory.
For those of you just joining us, Crown Point kicked off to begin the game, so they'll get the ball to start the second half.
Which is another big thing to talk about. very big, especially like you said with the Crown Point Bulldogs after halftime getting the ball.
That'll happen in just over 9 minutes of football. Lowell has 2 sacks, one from Ben Ruda. They got in this drive.
Hard count here too as well, and get that D line to jump.
Ehrlich tries to get the jump. 12 to snap. Now 8. Ehrlich tries again. Now 4, 3. And this time Crown Point will respond with a timeout.
Yeah, they went with that hard count. That defense line has been firing off and giving them some pressure there. Great job by the Lowell Red Devils not jumping there. Get Eddie Ellison to see if he can give us 3 more yards. On defensive side, I'm sending blitz. I think you have to play the run here. I know he can throw it, and you're probably going to see a double slot that's there. Trust your corners and some man. Having the safety plays cover one zone over the top. I think you got to get such inside there to either stop. I haven't seen them really stop them on any run plays that are up the gut and power less than 5 yards. You got to get some pressure in there to plug the gaps up.
Crown Point in 2020, you got a new guy at center.
Of course, absolutely you do. And it looks like though they trust him enough, and they're going to go for it.
The jumbo set is on with Trevor Gibbs. That's 39 on the bottom of your screen. You also have both Solis on the field. They go right back to old reliable Larry Ellison. Picks up the first down, moves the sticks. The drive continues.
Yeah, I mean, great call there. He's been getting positive yards all night. And this time he stretched it out a little bit outside the box there. And, again, Devils kind of plugged up the middle thinking that way. Hit a little off tackle and got about 6-7 yards on that.
The chains reset. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Bully so far has been the favorite target of the new Bulldog Ehrlich.
He has. And as simple as that pass truly seems, right, maybe from our viewers watching, for him to be able to put that in between safety in the corner was an amazing throw. It was a play action. He had to get it in quick, but to be able to throw that in between both corner and safety that you saw there is an amazing throw, especially for a high school quarterback.
Just outside the red zone, Ellison off tackle, and a great job to move his feet and was able to get a positive gain. He lost his footing in the field before being able to reset and just keep on plowing forward, and that's been MO for number 3 in white.
That's running with confidence and that's running with power. Being able to keep your feet up, right? Break the first tackle. That's key when you're talking about running backs there is they never go down on the first hit. We've seen it all night with him. He's keep doing it, just a simple off tackle play saying, hey, I'm going to run power and I'm going to keep running it until you can take a tackle us some negative yards.
Second down and 5. Whistles blow. Timeout Lowell. Each team has just one remaining left in the half. We're 4 minutes into this second quarter. And the timeouts have been flying off the board awfully fast here in this first half, Doug.
They sure have, especially with Lowell taking one very, very, very early on with it. But, he's trying. So he probably saw something that they haven't seen all night, wants to get up and get something reset.
Crown Point leads 21-0. All in the inaugural week of 2023 here on the Regions Park. And one moment, Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Point Bulldogs and say, "Go Bulldogs!" Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Mayor Land and the Pace heard. For more information, contact the Pace Department 219-661-2271. Second down and 5 for the Bulldogs. Ehrlich keeps it.
What a great there. Obviously, Brody Kalwinski coming up with the interception in the end zone there for that. I mean, that's a huge spark for the Lowell Red Devil defense. Put some confidence up there. But it all started with the pressure inside. They made a roll out opposite of his throwing hand, having to flip his hips and make a throw, and threw it slightly behind him. That's a great job by the corner there, and coming up with a big interception for the Lowell Red Devils.
Brody Kalwinski, the sophomore, getting starting nod with Isaiah Sanchez unavailable, comes up with a big play with 8 minutes left to go here in the first half.
Big drive here coming up for the Lowell Red Devils. Got to get some positive movement. Obviously, you want to score, but you got to get some time off this clock too as well. Get that ball away from that high-powering offense from the Crown Point Bulldogs.
Crago rolls near under some duress and just has to throw for emergency. Powers was in the area, so the flag stays in the pocket, and it brings up 2nd and 10.
That's a tough roll out there. Again, we just talked about what we just saw from Noah rolling out from his out and being able to flip your hips. When you got pressure coming too as well, it's almost impossible for a quarterback to flip his hip and make a good throw, and that's why you saw that come up with a lot of pressure. It's a great job. We've been talking about the D-line, though, all night for the Lowell Red Devils. They have definitely been stepping it up and putting some pressure on both the run game and a couple sacks in the passing game.
2nd down and 10 for Lowell. Crago. This time it's complete. Spinning out, and Powers is able to get a solid gain, brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, just a nice little hitch route there ran by Powers with an easy pitch catch for Crago too as well. Some positive yards. They saw the linebackers in the middle coming with a blitz, so they knew they had to get rid of it quick. Nice job read there by Crago.
3rd and 4. Crago, some miscommunication, and the play goes nowhere. Scott gets bottled up by a host of jerseys, brings up 4th long, and decision time for Lowell.
Yeah, Nate kept there on that. It was a read option, reading him. And you're going to get some negative yards.
Fiddler comes out for his 5th punt on the day.
Great job by the Bulldogs there. I mean, that was quick. I think a minute came off the board.
Just about, yeah. Low snap. Jones doesn't weigh fair catch with the knee. Crown Point will start in plus territory for the 2nd time.
Yeah, that was a quick 3 now. That's exactly what Crown Point wanted after a big interception there to change that momentum right back to their side. You know, no Ehrlich on the sideline. Guaranteed.
And I know it's early. There's a healthy lead for Crown Point. Sure, Ehrlich is patting helmets, giving handshakes to his defensive unit.
100%. That was a big defensive for Crown Point Bulldogs.
Crown Point scored on their first 3 drives of the game before Noah Ehrlich threw an interception on the 4th. He looks to respond on the 5th drive with Larry Ellis in the backfield. A trade for Crown Point. Screen complete. Some room to run. The pocket's picked, flag on the play, but great job hanging on to the football by Jacob Jones.
Little miscommunication too back there. Larry Ellison actually hit Noah before he threw, and it was a quick, wide receiver screen pass that he was trying to get to. Noah was still able to get that off for some positive yards. Looks like Crown Point back.
It is indeed a flag on Crown Point, waiting to see what the exact infraction is and where they spot the football.
Put them back 10 yards here. Again, big for the Lowell Red Devil defense here. 20 yards to go on a 1st down. You got to shut them down. You got to get off the field.
And those holding penalties can be drive killers, but Crown Point has worked the long ball so far today.
Not many 1st and 20 plays in the playbook, I can tell you that.
Ehrlich under pressure, completes to Ellison, and a great stop in the backfield. Coming up clutch for Lowell is Nolan Sepko, and it brings up 2nd down.
Great read there. Again, the D-line has put a lot of pressure. They're coming back. That's going. That D-line is coming. But the linebacking play by the Lowell Red Devils this time of actually staying home and staying true and sniffing out that screen.
Now, both teams get their subs in.
Play clock winding down to get set.
3 now 2. Ehrlich, quick screen to Jones, has green grass. Breaks 1 tackle, 2, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, has the 1st down, and before he's dragged out of bounds, and that's just what ordered for the Bulldogs.
Great with that wide screen, which left the middle wide open. Those linebackers bit Ellison, both towards the Crown Point sideline there, and once he had that green grass, man, he showed some speed getting around those linebackers and safeties.
First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Knocking on the door of the red zone yet again. Ehrlich keeps it this time around.
They've been doing a great job with applying pressure, and again, reading out that read option play that you had there and down on. I mean, 1 yard is very positive for the Lowell Red Devils with the run game.
Yards, so it's second down and 9 for Crown Point. Seamus Molaski enters the game as the tight end, but he'll line up right on the near side numbers. Ehrlich, under some pressure, is able to get it out in emergency. Quick play. And a good, solid game by Landon Delich.
Yeah, they went back to the same exact gain 26 yards on the just ran it the opposite way. Again, you saw you had Tripp set over there, 2 streaks getting that corner safety, and Ellison over here on this side running a halfback swing pass. And Ellison's been drawing linebackers all night, obviously. We know, we saw in the run game, we saw it slightly in the pass game too as well, and it's been opening up those quick. Malachi James again been crashing very, very hard at edge, and I think Crown Point's starting to realize that pressure too is on his side. I wouldn't be shocked to see start reading him on your read option plays.
Well, actually, Marcus short of the line to gain. It looked like from our angle that Ellison with the fall forward had enough to move the chain game, but a critical fourth down in millimeters for Crown Point.
Most would say, hey, hand off to Ellison, but I would not be shocked to see a play action pass leaving a tight end open in the middle of the field.
Fourth down and 1. Crown Point has already converted 1 down today. Bottled up right at the line. Wait to see what the officials say.
First down low. Great stop by the defense there. First time I think Ellison hadn't gotten 5 yards on a run. I mean, that's again, small win, but a very good win for the Lowell Red Devil defense getting off the field.
And Doug, this Lowell offense, they have a goose egg on the board. They haven't been able to crack midfield. What's the solution to try and get on the board before the half runs out?
The large key here is you got 3 minutes left. You don't want Crown Point to touch this ball again. They only have 1 timeout left. Utilize the clock. Run some clock out here. Try to move the chains. I'm 1 first down, I think, on the night for Lowell Red Devils. They got to get a first down here and eat that clock. You do not want to turn that ball over and get a quick 3 and out like you did last time.
First down and 10 for the Red Devils. Just screen to Powers, and the ball dropped just short. Brings up second down and 10.
Maybe coming down there is not thinking the same way, throwing a pass on the verse. Now you're stopping the clock. Second down here. You lost 2 seconds to play. I think you got to turn around and hand the ball off and try to chew some clock up.
And a flag on the play.
Looks like another delay of game there.
Lowell's already moving back, and right you are, Doug.
Second one of the game so far. Offense is definitely struggling. The way to shake that is you got to run the ball. You got to run the ball. And I'm shocked that I haven't seen, just like in years past, Lowell run the ball and consistently run. Even if he didn't have success, Lowell would still turn around and hand that ball off and eat clock.
Some confusion for Lowell. Under 10 to snap. Grego immediately sprints out, complete to Powers, and Will Clark on the stop. They're able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. The clock will continue to run.
Had 3 trips over here on the Lowell sideline. Nice little sprint out, quick pass. Again, a little shocking, I'll be honest, not seeing them. But nonetheless, is when you can get Craigo back there making some short passes and completing those. That's what builds confidence in your quarterback.
Third down and 8 for Lowell.
Going quick as well.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Crago keeps it himself, but the play is blown up by Crown Point.
Yeah, a little jet sweep fake. Crago keep on the QB power to the right side. And again, you talk about the linebacking crew from Crown Point over there. Will Clark and Drew. Yeah, and Grigo too as well. They're playing lights out tonight. They're staying home. They're not biting on the fakes. They're filling the gaps, and they're doing a tremendous job shutting down any kind of run has been trying to run at them.
Fettler on to punt again. A short one this time. Takes a Lowell bounce across midfield before it's downed by James. Minute 34 left for Crown Point. A chance to make it a 4-score game heading into the locker room. Again, Crown will get the ball to start the second half, so a chance for a 2-for-1 for the Bulldogs.
Here you see Crown Point come out kind of a 2-minute drill and really very fast, up-tempo, get on the ball after each play. If you get a score here and you get the ball back at halftime, you talk about a real big swing in momentum, even more than what they have right now. I wouldn't be surprised right now you see them kind of in that hurry-up offense.
It's also a good time to practice before you get into the later part of your season. I wouldn't necessarily call this a low-pressure situation. It's not a high-pressure situation.
Correct. And you get nothing like game time practice.
Timeout called by Lowell. And you could argue the same thing here on behalf of the Red Devils. They're going to run for 2 minutes.
Yeah, they're going to send some packages out. They're going to try some things, maybe pressure, some linebacker blitz, maybe even bring a corner off the edges too as well.
The final minute 34 on the other side. You are watching the Region Sports Network.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Since opening their doors in 1905, Von Tobel Lumber and Supply has worked with Indiana homeowners and contractors to provide quality building materials. Today, Von Tobel Lumber and Supply proudly serves Indiana from their locations in Cherville, Valparaiso, Michigan City, and Lafayette. A department for every room in your home, from building support to bathroom kitchens and more. They can even help you design your next project. Visit VonTobels.com for more information. Von Tobel, building better together.
Welcome back to Indiana, the winners of the first half. Matt Sops by Doug Ashenbaugh. Ehrlich's pass just fell incomplete, and it brings up 2nd down and 10 for Crown Point as they try to get some last-minute heading to the locker room.
Yeah, Wogelmuth there again, applying that backside pressure to DN, making roll out to his non-dominant throwing hand. And all night, when we've seen that, it's been tough for Noah to make any kind of completion. He's not getting a chance to be able to flip his hips and set and throw because of that DN pressure. They're doing a really good job at the DN position, that defense of the Red Devils.
Larry Ellison is in the backfield. Ehrlich has an eternity, fires deep, almost picked off. A flag on the play coming from the back judge.
Yeah, possible little pass interference there, but that's great by Max Arredondo. Just went right off of his fingertips, which would have been a huge play for the Red Devils, and almost basically sealing at least getting out of the half with no score.
And right you are, Doug. It is pass interference on Max Arredondo. Jones was in the area, had a good look at the ball, but couldn't come away with it. And that will advance Crown Point 15.
That's tough. I mean, Max Arredondo has been having actually a very, very good game at that safety position. I mean, in the first quarter, we watched how many touchdowns he's had. He's been flying all over the field tonight and just came up short with an interception. Ultimately, we have not counted, but he's been in the right position tonight, and he's putting himself to be in a position to be successful. We've been seeing it.
One of the few times we've seen an end from the Bulldogs. First down and 10 following the penalty.
Lowell here trying to get some pressure. So that's exactly a great call there. You got the empty set. You had no help in the back to protect Noah. You start creeping those linebackers up. Them offensive line are on alert. And we saw a false start right after it.
False start on 3 of the offense. Like
this is big here for the Red Devils. Got a minute 18. Got to get off the field and into half without a score. Another score by the Crown Point Bulldogs.
Not to mention that Oliver Brewer, the kicker for Crown Point, is playing in his first high school game. So this could be a chance for his first field goal attempt. Crown Point's able to a few more yards. Ehrlich, pitch toss to Jones, gets to the outside before he is gang tackled by a host of black dudes. And that is exactly what Lowell did. Owen Thiel on the lead effort. Teammates followed.
Great flow by the Red Devils there, but one thing I want to point out is he never went down. That was Jacob Jones, number 5 there. He never went down with all the Red Devils that were around him. You want to talk about what they're teaching at Crown Point. I guarantee you they teach you to keep your feet up and never stop moving because he never went down on the play, which is a great. It was negative and to get no positive. Staying up between 7 guys is tough.
Under 40 seconds left to go in the half. Ehrlich keeps on the run action. Fires to Jones, and the Grass Monster helps out the Red Devils. The clock stops.
There we saw Noah rolling out to his dominant hand, and unfortunately he threw it just slightly behind him, which the receiver was trying to stop it and ultimately slipped that you saw there. But when he rolls out like that, that's when he becomes extremely dangerous. He knows how to throw when he's rolling out.
31.3 seconds left in the half. Crown Point already has a 3-score lead. They'll try to make it for getting the ball back when we come back for the third quarter.
Yeah, about 3rd and 17 here. This is again, you gotta stop. You gotta make it about 3rd and 12 at least to put yourself and set yourself up on a 4th down. Be a delay of game here. It's like they went to zeros. Delay of games tonight.
It's the first on Crown Point. I believe that's the 3rd total.
Yeah.
Lowell had one on their first. They had one on their last drive, and that's the first for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and you see that about week 1, right? I mean, you're trying to try different things out. You're trying to get plays in. You're trying to get people in the right positions. Or, 25 seconds does go pretty quick.
20 seconds left to snap. Still 31 seconds left on the game clock. Ehrlich under time, losing daylight, and the pass is too far. It's the intended receiver, and clock never started on that play, so now the officials are going to have to do some mental math. And this is key here, Doug.
Yeah.
Because if you're Lowell, that matters.
It does at this point, too, right now. You want that clock.
So now the officials will go to both sidelines and try to sort this out. Crown Point to go.
Yeah, great. Great defense there by Brody Kalwinski too. I mean, he had that in front of him entire time that if any ball was coming his way, he was going to make his.
We'll wind down 7.3 seconds, so 24 flat left to go here in the opening half.
Big stop here coming up for the Lowell Red Devils. And again, if you're Crown Point, you might be taking a shot and letting Noah show off that arm strength down in the end zone.
Ehrlich, the screen to Soley. Soley has space and gets close to the line to gain. Looks like just a tad short, but no matter what, that is a massive play because that's yards that Lowell back. If they're able to cause a short gain, you're looking at a whole different situation.
Point's been having a lot of success with those wide receiver screens too as well. Lowell's been bringing a lot of pressure. They've been identifying that. And I'll tell you what, when I saw 3 bigs on 3 defensive backs, I'm to the house, honestly. It was a great play, again, by DN Malachi James. Think about that. He was and came all the way back to stop that short of the first down.
15.2 seconds left in the half as Lowell tries to crack the scoreboard. Crago keeps it, tries to go up the middle, but the entire front for Crown Point is there to finish the half. As the clock runs, before we step aside for a break, final thoughts on the first half. We'll have more dissection when we come back, but only 21-0, and from the way Crown Point started, this could have been much worse for Lowell.
It could have been. Lowell's defense started to wake up. We've been talking about the defensive line pressure that they've had. Last two drives that we saw from Crown Point, the Lowell Red Devil defense has kind of been that bend, don't break mentality. Yeah, they've been giving up some good chunk yards, some big plays. They haven't and giving up another score after that on the last two drives for Crown Point, which is cute. That's very big head into the locker room at half. Flipping it on the other side is that defense from Crown Point, as well as Crown Point's offense been playing, you have to give yourself hats off to the Crown Point defense. To be honest, I think they're maybe 20 yards they've given up the entire first half with one first down. It's a phenomenal play by that whole defensive crew.
21-0 at the half in favor of Crown Point. For those of you tuning in, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with our stream, so after this break we'll be on a new link. Just click back onto the YouTube page came here from and click the fresh link. At the half, again, Crown Point is up 21-0. Doug Ashenbaugh, Matt Sossler will be back with the Host Connections halftime report. You are watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.